being here. I'm really, really happy you're here. And the first thing that we're going to focus on today, so I can grab the clicker, right, Michelle? Awesome. Is working your database. And did everyone, oh, by the way, I'm sorry, did everyone get a handout up outside?
No,
I didn't. Were they out there?
Yes. How many do we need? Who all needs one? 1, 2, 3.
I probably need to sign in too.
We can do that in between classes, okay? And online should have the handouts per Michelle. Thank you for doing that, Michelle. Thank you. But this is pretty self-explanatory. What's an SOI? Oh, gotta turn it on. There we go. Okay. Sphere of influence. That's what it stands for. Pretty elementary. More importantly, though, that it's people that know you, they trust you, they love you. Current clients, past clients, friends, family members, neighbors, anyone that you've worked with in the past, colleagues, different organizations, through your kids, through your parents, pretty much anyone that you would love to sell a house to. And in this room, in this whole company, I would say that an SOI is the lifeblood and overall health of any agent's business. When I talk to agents and they're having a great year, you know, one of the first things they say is, you know, I'm doing client appreciation events, I'm doing pop buys, I'm doing all the things that we've talked about, and that's awesome. And then unfortunately on the flip side is when the agents are like, you know, I'm kind of down this year. I haven't really done much business. And, you know, then I do ask them a few questions to kind of gauge the thermometer of their SOI. And normally it's unfortunately pretty cold. Okay. So just remember that, you know, it's not what you know in real estate more than it's who you know. And then also I've said this many, many times, the difference between a contact in our phone, in our email, on our social media pages, and the word contract is a simple letter R. But that letter R means everything. And that letter R stands for relationships. So you got to think about someone that, let's go all the way back to your preschool, daycare, kindergarten years. And I know many of you are still friends with a lot of those people because I know I am. And then go to present day. How often are we staying in contact with those individuals? How about people that we sold a house to a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? How often are we reaching out to them, calling them, emailing them, texting them, inviting them, seeing them face to face, and then on and so forth? Okay, so I would say some of the heaviest hitting agents in the whole country, in the whole world, are just doing some amazing things with a list of people that all fit in these categories. Okay, so that's what's an SOI. This is where we can internally answer this question ourselves, but also offline. Who is more than always happy to work with you guys on this, because like I said earlier, the SOI is our lifeline, right? It's our lifeblood. And how healthy is it? Or how dormant is it? Or, I hope this isn't anyone's answer, how dead is it? You got to think about an SOI, guys, as a garden or as your farm, something that you guys we always need to constantly cultivate it by touching the individuals through all the things that we're going to talk about. And last question too is, what percentage of your business is it? And guys, if you really want one of the healthiest, most predictable real estate businesses that any agent can have, that should be at least 60-70% of your business is past clients. And I'll get more into that. Okay. So with that being said, who was here? Anyone here last year when I did this same class? Same theme, huh? So I was calling this Shower Your SOI with Love. And so I was reading an article a few years back about what the difference is between companies that have customers and companies that have raving fans that will follow them, defend them, support them, regardless of if they make a marketing faux pas, regardless of if they have a price increase, regardless if they're just outdated. And the reason why in this article that these companies that are timeless, that have lasted forever, is their customers, their clients, their SOI, they love them. And so I thought to myself, I had this epiphany. I had been talking to a lot of different agents and talking about this important word called love. And I started thinking about a book that my wife and I love to read and we love to talk about, and we just don't preach it between ourselves and our relationship. We talk about it within our kids and our family and our friends as well. And so the 5 love languages really allow us to treat our SOI, because no one wants to say, oh, I'm in Oo's SOI, I'm in Joel's SOI, I'm in Mike's SOI. No, you're part of my real estate team. You're part of my real estate family, right? And once we have that mindset, we have that attitude adjustment, and all of a sudden, these are your people. These are your, for the younger generation, they call them what we call those, the ride and dies, right? I don't know if this, those are the loyal people that will always be your 5-star raving fans. So we should totally treat them like your family. And then one of the things, just to make business fun, because also not just making sure that your clients, your past clients, your SOI loves you, but also making sure that they have fun with you, right? Because anybody can be an agent that's transactional and shows up and opens up a lockbox and sends a newsletter and texts and check in. Oh, how are you doing? Just want to make sure everything's okay. Okay, bye-bye. Now let's also have fun with them. And so give them a name. And I came up with some different ideas from last year. And, you know, I have a kind of an offline SOI kind of that I call the Oo Crew when I first got my diagnosis, and their nicknames are the Oobies. Who's a Oobie in this room? So get those wheels spinning on how you want to start calling your data, what you want to start calling your database. Okay. But again, what's the most powerful powerful force in the universe? It's love. Okay. We're gonna skip right to this. So we talked a lot about, you know, having them become your raving fans, because if we want their love, and by their love, we want them to think positive about us, send us positive vibes. We want, of course, their direct business every 5 to 7 years. We want them to refer, you know, their kids, their mom, their dad, their aunts, their uncles. We have to give before we receive, right? That's just the law of the universe. That's just simple karma. Okay. So how do we give love? How do we incorporate those 5 love languages, guys, into your database? And as a reminder for my friends that have read this book, the 5 love languages are words of affirmation. And think how powerful words are, whether spoken, written, or read. Everything started in this universe with a word, right? And then also acts of service. You know, that is totally a love language that my wife does very well for her kids, our kids, I should say. And the acts of service is sometimes they miss the bus, she'll take them to school. Sometimes she'll make them an extra sandwich or a bowl of cereal after she already made a 2 or 3 or 5 course meal for them. Gifts, I think that's probably something that all of us might do today for our Valentine's, right? Quality time, you know, when you don't have anything to say because you've said it all. I love you. You know, all those words of affirmation, and you don't have maybe the time or the energy or maybe even the financial resources to give a gift. What's something that you can give that is invaluable to somebody else? Something that I love giving you all. I'm not expecting anything in return, and that's time. Okay. And the 5th one, now this is more so a love language for a romantic relationship, but it's the physical touch. But with a database, with your sphere of influence, with your real estate family, with the Oobies, a physical touch is a check-in. It's a card. It's a happy birthday, happy anniversary, newsletter, email type of touch. Okay. Does that all make sense so far, guys? Any questions online yet, Michelle? Probably not, right? Okay. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper into each of the 5 love languages and how we can and I know you guys are taking a lot of notes, and I've got these handouts that I did for you guys to write the notes, but I just want to make sure you guys know too. And I love seeing the pictures, especially tell me or give me like 1 second to do a quick pose for the picture. But I will definitely be more than Lindsay.
But I haven't been having you in them. Every once in a while I get your hand.
How about this, Lindsay? We're going to stage this, and this is going to be part of lead generation later that I talked about.
Got it.
Okay.
Nailed it.
But anyone have any examples of some words of affirmation that you've received from somebody in the last day, last week, that just really made your day? Something like, Marva, I love your hair today. Every time I see you, Mike, you make me smile. And, Brittany, I'm so excited for you. I know you're a newbie, like you said, or a rookie, but I see so much upside potential in your future business. And Megan, I already told Megan my affirmation with her is like her and her guy, Pete. They're my favorite, one of my favorite couples in our company because they're young love, fresh love, right? But anyone have any words of affirmation that they've given or received that they want to share online, in person? If not, we'll keep going. Monica?
I appreciate you.
Oh, love that one. I appreciate you. 3 words. Anyone do less than 3 words? Lindsay, or you can do whatever you want to do.
I was gonna say, shoot, now I'll have to think about it. I went to get breakfast pizza with my daughter this morning at, on the way to school at Casey's, and I had on fuzzy Christmas pants and a camo zip-up sweatshirt and a hat on in my leopard shoes. And we walked in, I go, wow, I'm a great example. Or I go, I'm not a great example for you, am I? And she's like, or you could be the best.
Oh.
That's so sweet.
Wow, you're doing a great job, Mom, there. Wow, that's awesome. Okay. But you just never know when somebody needs some sort of word of affirmation, because we're all going through something, and just that thought, that touch, and even the tone of your voice. Have you ever called someone and says, "It's just so great to hear your voice"? And it's one of the best things that you could hear from somebody. Okay. And number 3 too is it's a high value, low cost. Words are free. And sometimes words of affirmation aren't just a spoken or word. It's something that you could totally, like I said earlier, text, message somebody through social media. I mean, use as many different vehicles that we have possible to transmit those words. Okay. So, and a kind of prelude. So also, how many in this room have done any type of like pre-recorded videos, like knowing that, down the road, you're going to send this to someone on their birthday or their home anniversary, and just knock out like one video that you can rinse and repeat? Ashton, would you mind give us an example? Can you speak up just a little bit to that microphone so everyone online can hear us too?
I mean, I've done voice recordings, actually even for myself. So at the beginning of the year with Tony Robbins and KK, they talk about doing, speaking out your words of affirmation and what your year is going to look like. And then I would listen to that every single morning. So.
Yes. And you know what, guys? I did forget to tell you something. I am focusing on the latter parts of these handouts. The first part is about mindset, affirmation, goals, business plan, and I'm more than happy to do that with y'all on the net. I didn't do it this time just because we're already into February with as far as business planning and goal setting goes, but we can definitely do that. But I'm so happy that you brought that up, Ashton, because words of affirmation should not just be a love language to people around you. First and foremost, actually, you should be giving yourself a word of affirmation, some words of affirmation, because at the end of the day, we need to be our best friends, because oftentimes no one else is. We kind of live in a fallen world where people get so murky with each other. And if you can't be your own best friend and look yourself in the mirror, record that special voice or video for yourself, try that. And I bet you the days will be a lot brighter from here on out. But back to these strategies though, video recorded, voice recorded. There's times, I don't know if you guys do this on social media or you can do it on your phone, but there's times where, I know we're all busy. I know we all have some limited time and we don't want to interrupt somebody because it's 6 o'clock somewhere, right? And they're with maybe their family and their kids. So think about just sending a quick text video or I'm sorry, a recording. Hey, Brittany, happy birthday. Just wanted to wish you the best now that you're 21. Something like that, right? So some more ideas. Write a client love letter. Show you that your great gratitude for their business, for their support, and just being thankful for their referrals, their reviews. And I know you all haven't been able to give me a 5-star review yet, hint, hint. But for those that have done that, we thank you so much. And for the ones that wouldn't mind, here's a link. Click and get that review for me, please. Okay. All right. So more ideas, just thinking of you. Congratulations. Talked about the birthdays and the anniversary. Great job with the video that you did 100 push-ups in front of the camera. Great job on this, great job on that. Or especially words of affirmation to their kids or their grandkids or to someone in their family. Because if you want a way to my heart, you tell me how pleasant my kids are, at school or their other sporting activities. And then sometimes, like I said earlier, guys, where this is a relationship business, it's not just a black and white. So something fun or silly that's showing off your brand, your personality. And it's as little as this too, guys. Sometimes it's you're driving by the neighborhood and you're like, oh, I haven't been to this neighborhood forever. And you call that client and say, I just wanted to say hi. I was by your house and haven't seen you forever. I hope you're doing well. Okay. So again, these are all slides that we'll share, some more examples. So we'll keep on. So Matt had a great idea. Matt Morrow, he is actually one of the best that I've ever seen with working by referral. I mean, he's a perennial real estate rock star with how many repeat clients that he works with, whether it's him growing up on the south side of town or being a member of a club or going to high school in Dowling. And so he had this idea of, writing a handwritten note after a listing appointment, and you send them a letter with a $5 gift card saying how nice it was to meet them and for the listing opportunity. Ran into an old high school friend at the mall, write them a letter saying how nice it was to catch up. You met them a buyer, send them a letter, make it a personal note, take the opportunity to show them how excited you are to work with them. And I don't know if all you guys do that or not, but sometimes I know in the past when I was super active as an agent, I was so enthusiastic. That's how I got the client. I remember I was newly married to Joy, and it was her cousin that had a best friend that was an agent. She picked me over the best friend because she just said I had, just more enthusiasm to help her. And I said, thanks for the feedback. And I was new, I was inexperienced, I didn't have the knowledge or anything, and she still picked me just because purely of the enthusiasm. Someone give you a great customer service. I think this is a lost art, guys, that we don't do enough. I get great customer service at banks, at grocery stores, at different service providers that I use, and most of them will have like a name tag, and if anything, most of them are going to get a nice little raise or a promotion or a little bump or something by you shouting out, something online or in person. So why not? Cost us a stamp. And I don't know how much stamps cost these days, but not very expensive, right? We mentioned the handwritten cards on anniversaries, sympathy cards. Unfortunately, we're part of this life where it starts and it ends. So we got to be there for our people at all times. And then definitely social media, like I said earlier, guys, it just always gives you an opportunity. So I'd say, like, let's say it's the end of the week and you haven't done your words of affirmation, you haven't hit your goals on how many times you want to touch your people. Lay in bed an hour before you're about to fall asleep and just go to town on social media. I'm going to give you more of an exact strategy on that here in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to skip this one because we actually turned this into a spreadsheet that I made for you guys. Touch, like I said, not physical touch. We are definitely not allowed to, this is 2024, we are not allowed to touch anyone without their permission. Yes, but 2 to 3 times a month. How many people in this room, I want you guys to raise hand, more than 50% of your business over the years have been from past and repeats customers, your database. I was going to say, I know for a fact, I've seen some of Marva's marketing materials in her office, right? And then, and with those, with that high percentage of past client repeat referral business, how many of you are touching them 2 to 3 times a month with something? Megan, Monica, Mike? Okay. So if all you take away from the next hour, next 2 or 3 hours is devise some sort of multiple per month touch strategy that you can actually rip off from OO and use it yourself. Okay, so ideas is a monthly newsletter. Now, newsletter, a lot of people think, oh, I've got to put something in the mail, and how much is that going to cost? Well, the coolest thing about newsletters these days, and also a cool thing about one of our newest programs, KV Core, is it actually does e-newsletters for us. And the reason why we love the newsletter, it's a little bit about what we're up to from a personal standpoint. It's a little bit of what we're up to from a professional standpoint, but then it's also jam-packed with items of value about what's going on with the season, the time of the year, the holidays, the activities around town, something that they can, use and take advantage of for themselves, whether it's the, giveaway or a drawing for this or that. Okay. So here's some ideas. And of course I got to shamelessly plug, I guess, two things. One is Referral Squirrel, referral marketing company that I have that is a pretty cost effective, item of value. And then also of course, Creative Concepts with all the amazing things that they're already doing. They've got the links to our Google Drive for, monthly relevant, newsletter stuff. And then also the monthly meeting prayers that you guys can sign up and take advantage of. That's customized with your picture, your name, your contact information. Okay. Does that seem doable, guys? 2 to 3 touches a month? And I'm sorry, online people, I can't see your faces, but I'm assuming everyone's nodding their head that, if Ooh could do it back in the day, I know for sure you guys can do it. I was, like I said, I stopped selling actively probably 2013. I had 4 kids at the time, age 4 and under, 5 and under. And, I still was just really, really adamant as this being a huge part of my habits, my systems. Okay. Oh, speaking of Referral Squirrel, speaking of the Object Team, Alan's one of the, I think maybe past owners of Tito's Lodge. That was a offer that we had done back in the day. This is my shout out earlier to Creative Concepts. They did this marketing piece, and it's just as simple as getting it from them and hitting forward on it with some sort of nice wording. Okay. So more ideas for Matt. Like I said, Matt's the king of getting repeat referral business, and some of his clients, their kids, they call him the pumpkin guy because he goes to the pumpkin patch and fills up the back of his car or his trunk with as many pumpkins as possible, and then he does some pop-bys at everyone's house that he wants to see and gives them pumpkins. Tickets to the Cubs game, Jolly Holiday Lights, tickets, coupons for anything related to window cleaning, carpet care. So the key thing here, guys, is just use your imagination and leverage your contacts. And we're not asking you guys to spend a fortune. Sometimes a pumpkin is $3, $5, or whatever by the pound. Or sometimes what you could do is if there's a really cool concert coming to town, you buy 2 tickets or 4 tickets or whatever, and you do it, like I said earlier, as a monthly giveaway. Anyone have any ideas of something that really worked and gave some awesome results? Monica?
I do every year I do all for the holidays, and it's $1 popcorn bucket from Walmart, and they put candy at that, and then we normally put together. Used to be red back certificates, and over the holidays.
I love that idea. All right. Any questions or comments online, Michelle, before we move on? Good? All right. Okay, number 3, acts of service. Now, we are in a service industry, right, guys? People say, I sell houses. Homes really, truly sell themselves. We're matchmakers, right? And being in the service industry, serving is, our number 1 commodity that we offer to individuals. So acts of service is doing things for our past clients, our current clients, even if they haven't listed with us or found a home that just provides value. That's some sort of help. That's some sort of assistance. And it's really just a thought that, hey, we care about you. I really want to see, you be happy in the place that you're at, the home that you're in, and how can I help serve you? Okay. And think about some of the different companies or experiences that you've had just amazing service, that 5-star white glove, red carpet service, and take that experience. And maybe I'll give you a couple quick examples. Sometimes when you get in an Uber car, next thing you know, they're handing you a water, or they're asking you what music you want to play, and asking you which route you would rather take. That's great service, right? Or we all know about those 5-star hotels where, the chocolate's on the pillow, the cookies are fresh and baked, and it's more of that boutique feel versus that, you're just another number. So think about how we all should be servicing our clients, but then also how we can take that and systematize it so that way we can really leverage that and automate it. Okay. So some acts of service ideas that real estate agents should all do annually. Send them a copy of their Alta/CD, especially when before they do their taxes, so that way they can deduct anything potentially available for deduction. Homestead reminder, say, hey, you bought this house, just don't forget, file for your homestead exemption, so you don't have to pay as much in real estate taxes. Home warranties, guys, especially if they're in an older house that you helped them buy, we negotiated with the seller for a 1-year home warranty, but it looks like that's going to be coming due here. Happy anniversary! But so here's a link if you'd like to, buy an extended warranty. Okay, seasonal reminders, unhooking their faucets outside, changing their air filters, garbage days, things like that. Business services list. Do we have that already organized? Who's our, and because we're the connectors, right? So who do we have? Who's our go-to plumber, electrician, flooring, handyman, painter, siding, roofer? Introductions too, that's a service, right? Yeah, I just want to introduce, this is my new dentist. He moved here from Marshalltown, Iowa. Or I just want to make this introduction to this person or that person, daycare provider, just kind of based on what you're seeing or feeling, knowing that what kind of life stage that they're in or what they're telling you on the phone, over text, or online to the world. Community news, those are acts of service, right? I said earlier, this is community garbage day, guys. It comes once a year. Introducing to mutual friends. And this is a huge thing because, there's a law of reciprocity, right? When you introduce yourself or other people to each other, they in turn, like if you're at a networking event, will introduce you to other people. And again, what we say, real estate's a contact sport, right? The goal is for us to get as many contacts as possible. Now, and this is huge, guys, if they are fellow business owners supporting their business, just like we want them to support our business, and say, hey, how can I support your Spenga business or your book club business or whatever, and maybe buy a gift card to support them. And we're not doing that asking for anything in return, but hopefully they'll share the gesture, right? And then just monthly items of value. And I know many of you talked about Buffini programs and what they do from a marketing standpoint, but items of value about maintenance, health, financial, market stats, that's totally an item of value, right? Helping them know what their house is worth. Local events, inviting them to the events as well. All right, number 4 is gifts. And I know we don't have an unlimited budget for all of our past clients, right? Especially those that have over 20, 30 years in business. I'm almost at 20, I'm 18 years of business. But so think about some Popeye gift ideas. Monica, you had a great example. I love different things that relate to different times of the year. So today is Valentine's Day, and just like kids in schools these days, they have little Valentine giveaway candy baskets, this and that. Those aren't inexpensive. And if anything, here's a cheap pack. Go the day after Valentine's Day. Oh, I had this Valentine's Day candy. I didn't get the chance to give it to you because Valentine's candy, as far as I know, doesn't spoil, does it? So we can keep giving it year after year if you guys wanted to. Easter basket, May Day baskets. That's one of my kids' favorite days is coming home, or at least when they're elementary and middle school. Coming home and all of a sudden you got all these little cups of May Day stuff, right? And we should be doing that too. Start of summer, midsummer essentials. There was a really cool idea that some agents had shared with me. It's about ketchup and mustard. I'd love to catch up with you. I must say something, and I relish the opportunities. Blah blah blah. So I hacked that one way up. Back to school, Popeye gift ideas, garden produce for our gardener friends, or just if you even want to support a local co-op place, just get a box of radishes and celery and give them away. Go to the farmers market, support those individuals. And pumpkins, we talked about that. Baked goods, holiday baskets. So those are some ideas. So one thing that I always tell agents, if we would have dug more into the business planning, is take your gross commission that you receive per transaction, or that you're planning on receiving for the month of the year. Take about 3 to 5% of that and use that for your business. And that way you can figure out, okay, I have this many people that I'd like to touch this way. I've got, X $100 divided by 10, 20, 30, 100, and that's what you can spend. And it's amazing what you can do when you go to the dollar store, or you go to Walmart or Sam's Club or Costco, and you just find all these, these little aisles full of, treasures that you can repurpose and package as Popeye gifts. Brittany?
Yes, question. Do you worry about, like what their active service is? Like they like to receive gifts, or for them, the biggest thing is words of affirmation? Or do you just like, this is my sphere and kind of just dabble in all of them?
That's a great question. So yeah, because all of us have our own different love languages, right? Of the 5. And so a little bit of definitely figure out what their, love language is, but then just also from a bigger standpoint, just that karma, that the law of karma, just touching them with something or doing something. I think it will just be a good sign of gesture.
So don't overthink it.
Maybe. All right. Special gift ideas, anything they'll see repeatedly, anything they will use repeatedly, anything that has sentimental value. When I do my home plans for people and we build them houses, taking out, how neat is it? I don't know if a lot of builders do that, but printing out the blueprints and framing it and putting it in their house, or at closing time, you get them some sort of butcher block or a set of knives engraved with their name, a wood decorative thing that they can hang up in their kitchen or their living room. And this home was established in 2024, and every time they look at that, they're going to think about Sunny, Lindsay, Megan, right? Anything for their kids, anything for the puppies. I will tell you, I have 2 little puppies, and if someone were to give my puppy some treats or something that is memorable, I'd love them for the rest of my life. Books, magazines. I mean, especially if you've read a good book that you can share, and some of my friends, they'll share books with me via Audible, which is really cool. Gift certificates, movie tickets, concert tickets. And then, like I said earlier, based on budget, not everyone wants to spend $100 per gift. So just kind of go all the way down to scratch tickets too. I don't know if you guys are big scratch ticket buyers / givers, but sometimes it's one of the best last minute gifts for a birthday. You're going to a 40th or a 50th, you roll into a gas station and buy $5, $10 worth, and it's a lot of fun. Any ideas? Anything online? Gotta be mindful of time. Ashton, let's go Marva, then Ashton. Marva?
Well, I've had a couple of clients recently, this last year, that moved here from out of state and had not lived, at least one of them, well, both of them not lived in Iowa before. And I got a subscription to Our Iowa Magazine, which they get that all year.
Our Iowa Magazine.
Our Iowa Magazine.
I've never heard of that magazine.
There's the Iowan and there's Our Iowa. And both of them look good. But I think it was, I don't remember, it was $35 or something.
Yeah.
And that way they get it all year.
Awesome.
The first year they're here and they're learning more about Iowa and
That's
places to go and things to see and do. And
a brilliant idea.
so,
Please write that one down. Our Iowa Magazine. Who else raised their hand? Ashton?
So something that I heard, I was trying to learn as much as I can, but somebody was talking about doing the Popeyes, and just dropping something off, but also having a little card with it, and having like a QR code or a link saying like, we appreciate your 5-star review. And then they did a giveaway. So it wasn't for the month though, it was for the quarter. So that way, if you are on a budget, then you don't have to do it every month, but they did like an iPad or something so every quarter they did that. So based on your budget, not only can you get reviews, and hey, if your husband or your spouse or relative like that gets you into the drawing as well. So then that way you can get your reviews up and then also be able to do a giveaway and at the cost.
I love it. Lindsay?
I would say, I have been out of touch with my clients for the past 2-ish years because of life events. And so I need to go back to basics, but there's things to do that cost money, and then there's inexpensive things as well. And something I did during COVID was like, I don't know, it was something about we all need a smile on our face, or to bring some happiness during this whatever. And I just got a crap ton of smiley face sticker sheets from Amazon and just sent them stickers. And like, it's just a smile and be, oh, it's like something different, right? So as we're going through here, believe it or not, I'm primarily Irish. So St. Patrick's Day is very big in my family, and you will see me in all green and orange and stuff. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do this again for like Clover stickers, because like I do usually frequent the bar with my kids even, or you know, the ones that allow it. But
You brought a baby to a bar?
what is it? The Foundry? What's connected to the Foundry?
The hall?
The hall.
Yeah.
The hall, like, you know, like there's food, there's dancing, so like the kids can go to that during the day.
Okay,
and
we
stuff.
get, yep. that
Yes,
makes
okay.
sense.
So anyway, I always have something that I do is I have my Clover stickers and stick it, like everybody, I want that, a little Clover tattoo on their face. So I'm like, why don't we do something like that too? So if you have a lot of stuff that you want to do your amount of touches that we were saying, like stickers is, everybody likes a sticker no matter how old they
So are
are.
you saying face stickers too?
What?
Face stickers, maybe.
Face tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Something
mean, well,
like- especially if
I
that's your-
don't do tattoos, but like, there's sticker, like, for the tattoo era, there was just like little stickers, and I always put Clover stickers on my face, and everybody always wanted them in college, so then like growing up, I just always have stickers with me, and everybody's like, oh my God, and, like men are like, I want one too, like everybody wants a Clover sticker if they're out and about, because they need the green.
I was just trying to, I don't have any great ideas off the top of my head, but from a branding standpoint and a sticker standpoint, and maybe like a face tattoo, because I haven't been out to on St. Patty's Day in a long time, but you do see people have like, you know,
Yeah.
little face tattoos or whatever. But anyways, let's keep going. That's great
I'll
ideas,
just say-
guys.
Or if you have
Omar?
if you have your logo. you
That's
can-
exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Yep,
you
yep.
know.
Yeah,
Yes.
the magazine also does say provided courtesy of, and puts my name on it.
Woohoo.
So they
That's
get it.
awesome. And those
Yeah.
are magazines that aren't like, they're not like specific to a time, right? Those are like coffee table type of
Right.
magazines.
Yeah,
So that's
they're-
great.
They're
I love
things
that idea.
people
Good
keep.
job.
Angela Loper says online sparklers on 4th of July, really inexpensive.
Thanks, Angela. Okay, let's keep going, guys. And okay, time. Time is one of the most invaluable things that you can give. You know, everyone, we only have so much time, and once we spend it or invest it, it's gone, not to be given back. So just think about how we always should be using our time wisely, right? Every single day is a beautiful opportunity moment to do something for yourself, but then also for others. And then speaking of the others, why not spend that time on your SOI family? Because guess what? They, with every single transaction that they've referred you or used you for, they've given you the gift of time, right? They've given you a week's worth of groceries, a month's worth of bills, you know, and so just think about how you can, in turn, pay them back with the language of time. Okay, and so ideas on how to give time, because there's definitely times where you're like, gosh, I wish I could give more. I just want to give my whole, you know, I don't know if you guys are like me, but like, you know, when I die, I'd like to give like everything away, and I was like, I'd like to do more than, you know, and be kind of like some of those people that have just given like their whole $1 billion wealth, but who's probably not going to be able to give away $1 billion in life. So on the flip side, like, I can give time, and I can actually, we all as independent contractors, as real estate agents that dictate, control our own calendars, we can put in that gift of time, and then of course make it a double benefit, because as we're giving away that time, not only are we seeing them, we're top of their mind, but also we're able to just kind of be seen by other people that we're giving that time to. So phone calls, one of my favorite things to do, guys. I used to do this a lot, but I kind of ran out of some mojo to do this, but I would just make my calls while I'm going for a walk. I'm driving my car, and whether it's a 5-minute drive or a 50-minute drive, just calling people and just checking in on them, right? Popeyes, we talked about that quite a bit. One-on-ones. And then also I should have had, maybe I do, small groups. Sometimes like, okay, I have 3 or 4 or 5 best friends, right? And I can totally do a one-on-one with one best friend, but why not do a small group with all 5 of my best friends? Okay. Visit your older clients, visit your single clients, visit your empty nester clients, attend an event special to their family members. I don't know if you guys have been to like invited to, you know, your clients' kids' birthday parties or their wedding anniversary parties or whatever. But anytime they invite you, especially to their housewarming party, that's what you should do. You should go and bring your family, because I love bringing joy to different events that we're invited to. And that's part of our lifestyle. It's not work, right? You're getting invited to someone's home to experience their family and their friends and how they live in the home that you helped them buy or build. And then also they're feeding you, they're giving you something to take with you, and it's awesome, right? And then an offer of time is almost as good as the actual time, you know. So let me know if there's anything I can do for you. I'm here to help you. Just, you know, call me anytime, right? And they know that you're there ready to care for them. Sounds like somebody I know. So how do we do this all effectively and efficiently? So talked a little bit about this scaling. So figuring out, you know, similar groups, similar demographics. So I have like my fraternity group of people that I will send out certain messages for, you know, Iowa State stuff, golf events, football games. Demographically, I have a certain group. My not my co, but our kids' parents that live in the Waukee area, because that's where I live. And then if I know I'm hanging out or going towards the east part of the metro, you know, my Altoona friends, my Ankeny friends. So think of how you can scale it based on activities too. You know, if I'm going out to see my friends in the Davenport, Quad Cities, Bettendorf area, or Cedar Rapids, you know, try to get them all together. Be consistent. That's the key thing. Is, you know, we all have great ideas. We always have these times where we start something, but then we don't keep it going. And so be consistent. And the coolest thing about what we can do for you to help is we have, you know, the team, the creative concepts team, to be able to do things, or leveraging. That's one of my favorite words in business, is do more with less. You know, what can we outsource to a college kid, a high school kid, our own kids, our grandkids, that, you know, they can, you know, my kids, they love putting together little gift baskets and baking cookies and things like that. Back to the newsletters, you know, again, don't overthink the newsletter. It's really simple. What one paragraph about what you've been up to personally, one paragraph about what's going on in the community, one paragraph about the market, one paragraph about your business, and throwing in a subtle hint on, you know, loving them for the referrals and giving referrals. And it's just rinse and repeat every single month. It's like taking a shower, guys. You know, you got to do it. You got to do it. It's mandatory to keep that lifeblood, you know, and that farm cultivated. Okay. Client appreciation drawing. So I'll give you guys an idea. I remember Disney on Ice came, and I can't remember, this was like 10 years ago. The tickets were like $30 at the ticket. So I was like, okay, I can do a family of 4, and then I can do a gift card to the nearby restaurant, which, shoot, was that? It was shut down now, but they used to Buzzard Billy's. And so so I did 4-pack of Disney on Ice, did a gift card at Buzzard Billy's, and said, hey guys, I just want to, and we're not supposed to pay for referrals, right? That's against the rules. Michelle teaches about that all day long. But what we're saying is, I just want to thank you all for supporting my business. You guys have just been awesome. And it's blankets. You're not paying them for doing something. You're just showing your appreciation. Okay. Those monthly touch things, whether it's through creative concepts, referral squirrel, and then just anything you guys can set and forget. Okay. And then we're going to talk more about planting your seeds, the routines here in a couple more slides. Oh, this is an example of my ooze letter I used to do. When you have a goofy name, you can brand things in goofy ways. But so this is what I was talking about earlier, is about me and about my business. And also I put a little column over there for listings that were active, pending, pictures on closings, because, you know, we do have to 80% of the newsletter. I want this to be about value to your clients, your sphere of influence. And then 20% though is, you know, just something about the market and business. Okay. All right. Let me think. Some of you guys are newer to us. How many people have seen that from me? This Plant Your Seeds document. Monica has. Oh, I need to reshare this. Share seeds. Upstairs on this first floor, some of our agents have a big old stack of this printed off. And what it is, guys, is back to having habits and systems and a routine. I know, sorry, you can't really see it, but each column is a day of the week, Sunday through Saturday. And pretty much every day, the goal is to plant at least 15 seeds to your real estate family, to your SOI. And how you get the seeds is 5 seeds for a face-to-face. So you call Michelle, you call Mike, you call Monica, and you go have coffee. Boom, you got 5 seeds. Handwritten notes. You write notes to Wendy, you write notes to Ashton, you write notes to Michelle. 4 seeds. Phone calls. You're driving from point A to point B, and you can make 5 phone calls at 3 seeds a pop. That's all 15. Direct messages through video, email, text, social media. That's 2 seeds. And then a digital touch. And I'm giving you guys an easy way to get 15 seeds. And a digital touch is you go on social media and you like, love, react to someone's comment. You do that 15 times at 1 seed per, and you got your 15 seeds. But I do promise you, Lynn Johnson, one of our agents, she had a great year last year. She has great months every month pretty much. And she was the one I was mentioning that has a stack of these printed and on her desk. So I'll definitely share those with you guys. Any questions on this? Anyone online or anyone here? Before I go on the next slide, I've got 5 minutes, right, Michelle?
About 3.
3.
That's hard.
Okay. So you've got some links for creative concept stuff. And then this is some bonus stuff. Don't forget to pop the question. So we're always sending this information, but one of the things that we would love to do is ask for business. Who do you know that might be able to use me as an agent? Would you please, give me some introductions or some recommendations? We have to ask for business, right? If we're really, hungry for business or needing some more listings, some more buyers, pick up the phone and ask. And think about eloquently how you're going to ask too. Write it down. When I'm going to make a phone call, one of my best hacks is I just write down what I'm going to say. I practice it and I just use that as my quote unquote script, but no one wants to be too robotic, right? So do you know anyone that's looking to buy, sell, build, invest? I love referrals, and I have a Google form that I'll share with you guys that is something that you can actually include in your newsletter or email out. They click on that and they actually can fill in the person's name, number, email, all that stuff. Okay. 7 degrees of referrals. That's another bonus. So you hear the second 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, right? And everybody knows at least 200 people, right? And so just think about how many mutual friends that we're missing out on just because you haven't met their friends, right? My best friend Bill or my wife Joy, even though I've been with my wife for over 20 years and my Bill's been my best friend for 30 years, that we don't know 100% of each other's contacts. And so how can we get into those different spheres, right? And so tag your current past clients on your business post, your personal post, tag them in home anniversaries, because what happens is if Lindsay tags a past client in this new house that they just sold or built, or an old house that they sold, all of a sudden they'll say, oh wow, congratulations on selling your house. Oh, by the way, who's that person? Oh, that was your agent. And all of a sudden they put a name with a face, right? And then they can follow up with that quickly. Okay, invite them to mutual networking events, so that way you guys can meet, because how many people have gone somewhere and you don't know everyone and they don't know everyone, but like I said earlier, you're introducing each other and all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'd love to catch up with you. You have a card, or can I get your number? This and that. So 7 degrees of introductions and referrals, and then adding more people to your SOI. I'm going to click through this real quick. We have this in the Google Drive. It's a contact list, kind of a brainstorm thing where you go through all your, who do I know that's a plumber, a handy person, garbage hauler, who do I know that's not in my list that's a neighbor, a doctor, a chiropractor, a therapist, builders, lenders, insurance agents, service providers, and then you go also to your past, who are my sports coaches and some of the past people that have sponsored events, or my fellow parents that my kids are hanging out with. Okay. And we need to be done, right? But know your numbers. Like I said, real estate is a contact sport. So you have to, just always be making your contacts. And from here, guys, this is what I want to end with, is create your own action plan, right? I gave you guys a bunch of information, but knowledge is power. But what's even more important than having this knowledge I just shared with you is execution. So create your own action plan. It's within the handouts, and then you'll rock out your SOI. But that's all I got.